A health emergency has stopped our travel plans, and this is interrupting our CAAT Travel Across America series. We hope to get back to that series as soon as we can, but we just wanted to let you know what was going on. Our last travel vlog was stop 10. That was the Great Sand Dunes. And we are actually at stop 15 right now, so you can see we're a little behind. We are in or close to Reno. We left Great Basin halfway through our trip because we wanted to go to a major hospital, what we thought was going to be a major hospital, because of Larry's new health problems. You guys might have seen the community tab. That was a 10-hour drive because we were in such a rush to not be in the middle of nowhere in case Larry got even sicker, because that was Baker, Nevada. If you know it, you're pretty isolated. So why Reno? So Larry, what's the latest?
Okay, so what happened was a few weeks ago, I started feeling sick. Just like I thought I had like a stomach bug or whatever like that. But that's lasted for weeks now. And what happened was Alice and I were in the middle of nowhere in Baker when I realized it was time to talk to a doctor. So I get on telemedicine, and the telemedicine guy, of course, says, hey, you got to get to emergency room. My main problem is that when I eat, it's very painful. And I basically down to the point where I'm not eating food at all, and I'm just having liquids. So the telemedicine guy get to an ER. So we're in the middle of nowhere. So we're like, okay. So we book it to Reno, Nevada. And as soon as we get there, the next morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, I go into the ER at a community hospital there. And they did a CT, but they couldn't really do anything for me. They basically couldn't figure it out, but they're just not a facility that was equipped to diagnose a complex digestive order. So they did find an anomaly in my CT scan where my the artery that supplies my digestive system is strangled a little bit by a ligament, and that might be it, but they're not sure. So we're here in Reno, and now we've got to figure out what we're going to do next.
Their main advice was, one, drink some Ensure, because Larry's lost 15 pounds.
Yeah, stop eating, drink Ensure instead.
Yeah, and also come back in, 2 weeks, 2 months
to
talk to a doctor.
They gave me a referral for a vascular surgeon. I called the vascular surgeon. Oh, we can get you in about a month. So that wasn't going to work because I'm losing about a pound a day at this point. I've lost 15 pounds, and I'm losing about a pound a day.
So we are leaving this site early.
Okay, the lesson I learned here when I went to that community hospital is that they're not equipped to deal with a problem like mine. I need a teaching hospital. When I first got sick with the disease I have now, which is like MS, I was at a community hospital, 10 days. They couldn't figure it out. I ended up going to the emergency room of a teaching hospital, big teaching hospital, and they figured it out. And that's what I'm going to have to do here. We are headed to Portland, Oregon. There's a big teaching hospital there. I'm going to go into the ER there. The big difference is that they will have all the specialists and all the ability to test me to figure out what's going on, because whatever's going on is very complex and it needs to be diagnosed properly with a lot of testing and specialists. And they didn't have any specialists at that other hospital.
And another reason for Portland is, one, we thought about going to Sacramento, but there are fires there, and wish everyone the best that are affected by those fires. And it's just cooler in Portland. And our friend Doc Chris is actually really close to Portland. He's the one that helped me out the first time Larry got sick. So we got a 2-week spot near Portland, but in case...
We had such a hard time. Sacramento was like impossible. We couldn't find anything near Sacramento anyways. But in Portland, Alice and I spent an entire day, each of us,
2 days.
2 days searching individually. And we finally come up with a spot for 2 weeks. Now, the problem with 2 weeks is that what happens if I'm in the hospital and Alice can't move the RV. And that's why it's important to be in Portland. Doc Chris is within a couple hours of us. He can come and move the RV and move it wherever she needs to move it. He is awesome. And, you know, that's why we're going to, that's the main reason we're going to Portland. One, they've got a great teaching hospital. And two, we will have support from a really good friend.
Yeah, unfortunately, the first time Larry got really sick, you know, we were in Florida. So my son was actually able to drive a couple hours and kind of help out. So
having somebody that can help tow the RV and empty the black tank and do all that kind of stuff is really helpful. So, you know, being at home, it's different. When you're at home, you've got all your whole support network there. When you're on the road, we are 3,000 something miles away from what we would call home. So that's why this is really different. How do you get care for something serious? And you don't have any local doctors, no family physician, you don't know any specialists, you don't know the hospital, you don't know anything. But so we're trying to figure it out.
Trying to make our way back to Florida, we could get stuck on the road in the middle of nowhere, not near a hospital, and Larry gets worse. So that's why we really think it's best to get a diagnosis, get him in the hospital, and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so we thought about driving all the way back to, and I've said, I don't think I'm going to make it, because even if we really hustled, that would take at least a couple weeks, 3 weeks, because we just can't move that fast, or we can't drive that long. And plus I'm sick, and, you know, who knows what's going to happen in the middle of all this. So it's better to stay in place, get to Portland, stay there as long as it takes. If I have to stay there for 3 months, I will, and get this figured out, because it's getting really, really tough to just function every day. Forget about fun stuff and traveling and doing, that's not happening anymore. We are in survival mode right now, just trying to go day to day.
And this isn't just for full-time travelers. There are people that do travel for months at a time, months away from their home. And it is something you have to think about, that if you do get sick, what are you going to do about it? And so this is what we're doing.
Yeah, the last time I got sick, luckily it happened in Florida. I mean, it just happened to have a few hours away from where we would consider home, where our kids and the hospital and all that stuff was. This is completely different. We are on completely the other side of the country right now. We're in Portland. We're going to be in Portland, Oregon, and we're from friggin' Florida. So we're trying to figure it out. And hopefully somebody else out there will have some good advice for us that's been through something like this. Or maybe you're a doctor, or hopefully you're a gastroenterologist. You're going to give me some good advice.
Anyone work at the Portland Hospital and can get him in and get him some help, we'd appreciate it.
But we're trying to figure this out. We're hoping this story is going to help somebody somewhere along the line, that in being prepared for something like this. Even though we've been through this before,
this is different.
This is different.
And I know some people will be like, why doesn't Alice just tow? I should have learned how to tow before. Frankly, even if I knew how to tow, I'm not in a place where you want me to tow anyway, because I'm exhausted. I'm not doing well either because of this. But I do want to say that I posted something on the community tab, kind of let you know why our videos are like behind and stuff like that. And there has been so much love and so much support. And I appreciate that. And I really do hope that we'll get back to our travel vlog series. We have several, like, what do they call it, in the can? It's recorded. It's just not put together, because this is
we don't want to be doing this. And Alice, dealing with Larry on a good day is tough. Dealing with Larry when Larry's having a bad day is very difficult. So she is doing a great job, keeping me going. But I think we got a plan. We got a plan, honey?
We have a plan. We're doing a one-night stop. We're not doing a 10-hour drive again, because that was really tough to try to get.
Yeah, we got to get from we're Reno, Nevada. We got to get to Portland.
We have one stop.
We have one stop. It'll be about 2 6-hour drives to get there. We're going to have a one-night stop. So we'll be in Portland in a couple of days, and then hopefully I'm going to the hospital like the second I get there. I don't care if it's 4:00 in the morning. I'm getting to the hospital and get this figured out.
So just keep watching the community tab because that is the most up to date. And again, thank you everyone for your support. And we hope to be back to our silly teasing each other selves once this is all taken care of.
No teasing right now.
No.
We're in serious mode. But yeah, anybody else have some great advice for us? Been through something similar? We'd love for you to share that with us and help us along this part of our journey.
Yeah, you can email or you can message on Instagram or Facebook. That's like the quickest way to get a hold of us.
We'll leave a link to our playlist about our vlog going across the country right over here.
Oh, also, we will put a link to the playlist describing, a lot of you don't even know about Larry's MS, rare neuro disease.
Yeah. In addition to all the problems that I have right now, I still have to go back for my treatment and all that kind of stuff. So
the link to what we're talking about there will be in the description. I don't know. Remember?
And remember,
downsizing does make sense.